Welcome to another exciting episode of our Economics Lessons series. Today, we're diving into an important topic that surrounds us every day but is often overlooked: natural resources. We'll explore what natural resources are, why they hold economic value, and how the concept of scarcity influences our world. So, get comfortable and let's embark on this educational journey together. To start off, what exactly do we mean by natural resources? Natural resources are materials and components that can be found in nature. They include essential elements like water, minerals, forests, energy sources, and many other items that we use in our daily lives. Think about it: water for drinking and irrigation, minerals for electronics, and forests for timber. Each of these resources plays a vital role in our economy and society. However, there's a catch. Not all natural resources are unlimited. This brings us to our next concept: scarcity. Scarcity refers to the limited availability of a resource compared to the demand for that resource. For example, while the earth has a vast amount of water, clean drinking water is increasingly becoming scarce in many areas, particularly in regions suffering from severe drought or pollution. And then let's think about minerals for a moment. Minerals like copper, gold, and iron are foundational for various industries. Their extraction involves substantial costs and environmental considerations, which means the supply can be limited. Once they are depleted, it can take thousands of years for nature to replace them. Thus, their economic value skyrockets as they become more difficult to obtain. Now, let's turn our attention to forests. They provide timber, which is used in construction and paper, along with an essential ecosystem service through oxygen production and carbon dioxide absorption. Sustainable management of forests is crucial to ensure they can continue providing these benefits without being overexploited. What does sustainability mean? In the context of natural resources, sustainability is about using resources in a way that meets current needs without compromising the ability of future generations to meet their own needs. As we consider the value of natural resources, it's important to highlight that their worth is not just measured in economic terms. There's also cultural and environmental value associated with many resources. For example, forests are not just viewed as timber resources. For many indigenous communities, they are sacred, providing cultural identity and spiritual significance. Now, let's take a brief moment to explore energy sources, which also fall under our natural resource umbrella. When we mention energy sources, we typically think of fossil fuels like coal, oil, and natural gas, as well as renewable energy sources like solar, wind, and hydro. Fossil fuels have powered economies for over a century but also contribute significantly to climate change. Thus, transitioning to renewable energy sources is viewed as a key step towards a more sustainable future. This transition reflects a growing recognition that while fossil fuels have been crucial for development, their depletion and impact on the environment necessitate a shift in how we view and utilize our natural resources. Interestingly, nations often engage in international trade of natural resources as they possess varying amounts of these resources. For instance, countries rich in oil, like Saudi Arabia, have different economic conditions compared to countries with fewer findable minerals or water reserves. This uneven distribution of resources can lead to international relations shaped by dependence and competition. Countries might negotiate trade deals or even engage in conflicts over access to precious resources. And then let's also consider water. Water is fundamental to all life, yet millions of people around the world lack access to clean water. This scarcity can create significant social and economic issues. In some areas facing chronic water shortages, there are entire economies built around water trading, which complicates how communities use and value this precious resource. We must ask ourselves, how does this scarcity shape our daily decisions here and now? It influences which crops farmers grow, how industries operate, and even locations for people to settle. As you ponder these points, think about the choices you make every day regarding resources. This brings us back to the role of education in understanding these complex economic issues. Knowledge empowers us to make responsible decisions about consumption and conservation of natural resources. In classrooms across the globe, lessons on natural resources are not just about memorizing definitions. They encourage critical thinking about how we interact with our environment. Discussions about sustainability, resource management, and economic practices are vital to equipping students to become informed and engaged citizens. To expand your learning further on this topic, there are great resources available. Websites like Investopedia and the United Nations provide valuable information on natural resources and their global implications. They delve deeper into concepts such as resource economics, sustainability practices, and the importance of responsible resource management. Understanding these concepts equips you not only for academics but also for contributing to a sustainable future. As we wrap up this lesson, remember that natural resources are not just numbers and facts. They are deeply interconnected with our lives, our culture, and our future. The decisions we make today regarding their use, management, and conservation will have lasting impacts not just on ourselves, but on generations to come. Embracing sustainability and recognizing the economic value of these resources will help create a more balanced relationship with our environment. So today, we uncovered the essential roles that natural resources play in our economy and society. We learned about scarcity and its implications on resource management, emphasizing sustainability and the broader values linked with natural resources. We also explored how different resources affect international relations and economies globally. It's clear that these concepts are more relevant now than ever. Thank you for joining us in this exploration of natural resources, scarcity, and economic value. Remember to reflect on the resources around you and consider how they impact your daily life. Keep learning, stay curious, and tune in next time for more engaging economic lessons. Until then, take care and keep questioning the world around you.